We recently conducted a study looking at the effect of speeding enforcement thresholds on driver safety. So could telling people they could get fined for going 1k over the speed limit, could that actually impair their safety a little bit? So we put together a study that was going to look at the effects of speed enforcement threshold on driver safety. What we found was that telling someone they could be fined for doing 1 kilometre an hour over a 50k speed limit actually made it a little bit harder for them to drive. So they spent more time monitoring their speed, that is looking at the speedo and thinking about the speed that they were doing. And that actually ended up being a little bit of a distraction for them.
So we had participants come into our driving simulator. Participants were told that they would be fined if they travelled 1 kilometre over the speed limit, 6 kilometres over the speed limit, or 11 kilometres over the speed limit. Whilst participants drove through the track, there was a dot presented in their peripheral field of view and they had to respond to this dot. And throughout the experiment, we measured their workload. When people were more conscious of their speed, their workload increased and they were poorer at responding to the dots in their peripheral field of view.
We also asked them how hard they found driving under these different conditions. And the drivers who were told they could be fined for doing 1k over reported that it was significantly harder for them to drive, so it involved more mental effort, more attention to the task, and they found it a bit more difficult. So what that means for driver safety is that if you change the range of speeds where someone is comfortable driving, they actually tend to spend more time focusing on the speedo and monitoring their speed, and this leads to slightly less safe driving.